To understand how AI training works, we start with a game of chess.
This was a game between two machines. One was a chess engine programmed with all the complex rules of chess. The other used a different strategy. It had learned the game without any rules by just watching enough games to recognize winning patterns. This player was called AlphaZero, and it absolutely crushed the first one. Before that moment, all chess was played algorithmically through rules of move X, evaluate Y. But AlphaZero didn't understand what a rook or a pawn is. It just knew how to play because it had observed enough games and learned how to play in order to win. In other words, our systems had moved from human-programmed rules to win to learning from data to win. This transition from algorithms to learning is what makes tools like ChatGPT possible.
This is a technique you may have heard as
Machine learning.
Machine learning.
Machine learning.
Machine learning.
modern AI systems take machine learning to an enormous scale. AlphaZero was just about chess, but you can only imagine how much data ChatGPT is trained on.
Imagine standing on the shore of an ocean, and each drop of water in that ocean represents a tiny snippet of text. From your perspective, the ocean goes on forever, and you couldn't possibly count each drop of water. That's roughly how large ChatGPT's training data is. Countless pieces of images, codes, text, with information on virtually everything about the world, including the good and bad.
When people talk about bias in AI, this is what they mean. The content that these tools generate reflects the world we live in, an imperfect world.
Bias occurs because the training data reflects text that may contain historic stereotypes, or because the system isn't built with diverse voices in mind, or due to the fact that some communities and regions are underrepresented in available data.
At Science to People, we are narrowing that ocean into a cup of water to improve what the user gets. If you like more stories on AI and public health, follow for more.